So 2 years ago, I adopted my French bulldog Milo, and he's absolutely changed my life for the better. His crazy personality and antics keep me laughing nonstop, and I couldn't picture life without him. But I also know Frenchies can have their share of health issues, so I wanted to make sure I was doing everything I could to keep Milo at his best, starting with his diet. The bland processed, dried kibble, everyday food just doesn't seem like something he got excited about. So I've been looking into options for fresh meals, but I barely even have the time to cook for myself. That's when the farmer's dog caught my attention. I've been using their dog food delivery service for the past 6 months. So today, I'm ready to share some of my thoughts. I'll take you through what sorts of meal options they offer, their pricing, and what I liked about them, as well as what I think could be improved. So by the end of this video, you'll have a better idea of whether the farmer's dog could be the right mealtime solution for your best friend. Now let's get into it. So if you're unfamiliar with the farmer's dog, they're one of the fastest growing pet food brands in America. Their popular subscription service delivers fresh, custom meals for your dog right to your door. Now, in the pet food and animal feed business, it isn't uncommon to use food that would typically be unfit for human consumption as a replacement for high-quality meat, since it's more cost-effective and readily available. But the farmer's dog formulates their recipes with the help of board-certified vet nutritionists, and they take pride in using only human-grade ingredients processed at USDA-inspected and FDA-registered facilities. This basically means they follow pretty much all the same rules that human food companies adhere to. So instead of getting mystery meat or meals stuffed with fillers and preservatives, you know exactly what's going into your dog's diet, and that it's even safe enough for you to consume. Now, the farmer's dog meals are gently cooked and prepared without using high levels of heat, just enough to kill harmful pathogens and bacteria while preserving as much of the ingredients, original nutrients, as possible. And what's great about the recipes is that each one of them has meat or animal-based protein as their number one ingredient. And they have a couple of different meal compositions to choose from, namely chicken, turkey, beef, and pork. And besides the main protein, they're each a little different. The chicken recipe, for starters, has chicken, liver, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and chia seeds, while their turkey option includes chickpeas, carrots, broccoli, spinach, and parsnip. The beef option's made with sweet potatoes, lentils, carrots, beef liver, kale, and sunflower seeds. Then their pork option contains sweet potato, green beans, cauliflower, and pork liver. Now, I really appreciate how they incorporate organ meat into the majority of the recipes, as it's super rich in nutrients. Plus, all of the recipes contain salmon oil for healthy joints, skin, and eyes. So, getting started with the farmer's dog is actually super quick and easy. I just went over to the website, took a brief quiz to give them some basic info about Milo's diet and lifestyle. Now, one thing that's a little annoying is that you can't really see how much any of the farmer's dog diet plans are going to cost until you take this quiz and get quoted, which does make sense. Milo might be on the chunkier side, but he's still kind of a little guy, and if their baseline was for, say, a German Shepherd, those prices could be way off from what I'd actually end up paying. So, this questionnaire is designed to tailor a diet specifically for your dog. They'll ask for things like their age, their weight, their body type, breed, activity level, and their typical eating habits. Milo likes treats whenever I bring them out, but sometimes he could be a little aloof around meal times and need some encouragement to start eating. So I put that he could be picky. You'll also note any relevant health issues or prescriptions your pet might be on. But that didn't really apply for Milo. So the whole questionnaire took me less than 5 minutes to complete. Then once I was done, the farmer's dog gave me a customized meal plan for Milo with their turkey, beef, and chicken recipes. And from there, I went to checkout. Placing my order was super simple, and it shipped out within the week. Once your order arrives, the food has to be stored in the fridge or freezer until it's ready to be defrosted and eaten, and the meals come in pre-portioned packs. One pack typically holds a full day of food, so I sort of just squeeze out half for Milo's breakfast, wrap up the end of the pouch, and pop it back in the fridge until dinner comes around. Now, if you want to get your pet started on a wholesome diet and try out the farmer's dog, then you can check out the affiliate link in the description below. It won't cost you anything extra, and you'll get our discount, which you wouldn't get if you went directly through their website. Now, for Milo, his meal plan came out to just under $5 a day. But as far as pricing, like I mentioned, every dog is different. So you won't know for certain what you'd end up paying until you take the assessment and get to the checkout screen. But thankfully, if you're trying to get a basic idea, the Farmer's Dog website does show you a few testimonials from owners with different sized dogs. For instance, A fresh food plan for an adult 75-pound lab would run you just about $10 a day. Meanwhile, a 3-year-old Yorkshire Terrier could eat for less than $3 a day. Though this is just generally speaking, as some of their recipes are more expensive than others, but it's nice to be able to switch between the four to get different protein and vegetable options. And on top of their main recipe range, the Farmer's Dog also offers their nutrient pack of vitamins and minerals that you can mix in with food you get at the grocery store or even prepare yourself to make your own Farmer's Dog meals at home. And I think this is a great option for anyone who wants to spruce up their dog's food, but doesn't necessarily want to commit to a full plan. So you can customize your dog's diet even more and work it into their existing meals. All right, so Milo and I have really been enjoying the Farmer's Dog in our household. It's made mealtime healthier, tastier, and way easier to prepare, but there are a few drawbacks to keep in mind as well. Like we've covered, the Farmer's Dog uses much higher quality ingredients than your standard kibble that you find in a grocery store, but they depend pretty heavily on their synthetic vitamin and mineral pack to balance their pet food and meet the minimum guidelines set forth by AFCO, FEDI, AF, and the NRC, and so on. And this isn't really ideal because the thing with synthetic vitamins is that ours, and of course dogs' bodies, have a hard time recognizing them and getting their full benefits because we're designed to absorb these from whole foods. And it's great that the Farmer's Dog uses human-grade USDA meat. Ideally, we'd love to see sustainably sourced, pasture-raised, or wild-caught meat, but I couldn't really find any info out there on what these animals are actually eating or how they're being raised. So, if you prioritize full transparency in the supply chain, you might want to do some more digging before you decide if the Farmer's Dog is for you. But you can rest assured that they have a flawless safety record with 0 recalls to date. And the Farmer's Dog meals are freshly made with 0 preservatives. But this comes with the caveat that they need to be refrigerated or frozen. So, depending on how much your dog eats and the frequency of your deliveries, you're going to have to clear up some space in the fridge to accommodate their meals. Plus, and this takes some getting used to in the first couple of weeks, you're going to need to remember to transfer the meals that are in your freezer into the fridge so they have enough time to defrost and be ready to eat when you need them. I'm definitely guilty of having forgotten and needing to run frozen pouches under the faucet to speed up the thawing process, which is definitely a hassle and isn't really the recommended way to prepare them. But just set a reminder for those early weeks until it becomes a routine, and it shouldn't be too much of an issue. But aside from that little adjustment period, my overall experience with the Farmer's Dog has been pretty great. Once I placed my order, it took around 5 or 6 days to arrive, but it comes in a pretty decent sized box. So if you have a larger dog and get more food delivered, it could be tricky to handle. And if you're wondering how these meals manage to stay fresh in transit, it's because they're packed with lots of eco-friendly insulation, paired with either dry ice or reusable cold packs. So by the time my orders get to my house, the meal pouches are still pretty solid and mostly frozen. The package also comes with info about each recipe and even an instruction guide on how to gradually transition your dog onto their new diet, which is important to think about because, as we know, sometimes abruptly switching food can cause some upset tummies and some unexpected messes. Plus, since the Farmer's Dog customizes your recipes to be exactly what your pet needs in a day, there's no confusion about portion sizes or any mystery as far as what's going in your dog's diet. Just order, defrost, serve, and watch your pup do this happy little dance when you set down the plate. So, to sum things up, the Farmer's Dog has really upgraded our daily routine while giving Milo the energy to run around and play to his heart's content. It's been very convenient to have fresh and tailored meals delivered right to my door, and I love knowing that I'm giving my dog the nutrients he needs to support his overall health. Plus, it's great to see him so excited for mealtime. The second he hears me opening a pouch, he just zooms over. So if you're looking to clean up your dog's diet, phase out that dry kibble, and jump over to freshly made options with protein and vegetables, then the Farmer's Dog is a standout choice. And that's all for today's video. I hope you found this helpful, and if you did, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more just like this. As a reminder, if you're ready to try the Farmer's Dog for your 4-legged loved one, you can check out the affiliate link in the description at no extra cost to get a discount that you won't find on their website. Now, as always, I enjoy hearing your thoughts, so go ahead and leave your questions or comments down below, and I'll try and get back to them as fast as I can. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.